in space.
Yeah, it's a very scientific mindset to the whole thing, where because you have to be, if you are emotional about it, you'd never be able to get up and keep doing it, because there's too much at stake emotionally. But if you approach it scientifically, it's like, okay, we've tested out the body, we know it should work, the engines, this and that. We've gone through the math. I mean, you see through the flight heritage of the shuttle that it got better over time once we figured out all the flaws, and the ones that happened we were unaware of. So you learn that along the way, and that's not that it's a perfect comparison, but when you're doing an experiment and something doesn't go right, or you don't get the data you're looking for, I mean, you don't just pack it up and go home. You adjust, you move to the next level with it, and figure out, okay, how can we make this work?
Exactly, and the O-rings were a perfect example. Those seals were modified, and a redundant O-ring was put into place, and the O-rings were modified in order to prohibit any kind of bleed through or leak of those segments. Although I have to say, NASA launched out of the specification of the material.
Yeah.
They knew that they were out of spec. They knew that they were below the temperatures that were safe to launch.
Mm-hmm.
But the pressure from the media, the pressure from, I'm not saying the public, but
right.
the media was horrible at the time of our launch scrubs. And launch scrubs are expensive.
Yeah, sure.
$1.3 million for every time we tank and detank. It's an expensive proposition.
Yeah.
The gain that you get from it, and the spin-offs from space program in just the medical field alone have saved more lives than it's ever cost.
Well, yeah, that the numbers, for whatever reason, really, I mean, obviously it's a lot of money, but when you look at how much money is spent in the space industry and then what has come out of it, I don't think there's a better return on your investment in any government entity. Just on a societal level alone, never mind what it did technologically.
Well, and I think NASA, as a government agency, is precluded from, if I'm not mistaken, I think they are precluded by law from touting their own successes in commercial applications. But I think there was a very poor job of educating people to the spin-offs from NASA and spaceflight into all the different daily things that we take for granted that would not have happened if it weren't for spaceflight and that kind of exploration.
Yeah.
Exploration.
Yes. I've looked that up before, Jerry, yeah, because there's definitely some stuff out there, but I agree. It could be done way better to, I mean, talk about a bottom line. I mean, dear American people, this is what your money is doing. This is what you're getting out of this investment. I think that should be done tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Especially now we have the public interest. We've got movies going on right now that almost every movie cycle there is a space movie in there. We've got actual space development happening in the industry thanks to the private sector. Our planetary program has been successful, luckily, with NASA. I mean, it's all the pieces are there. We need to capitalize when people are paying attention,
Absolutely. And for whatever reason, there has not been that thrust for public education and awareness.